Welcome, one and all!
To a completely unnecessary video, go.
Completely unnecessary video.
This was apparently highly requested, so here's thoughts on the new Smash Brothers game.
Looks awesome.
Looks pretty good in the video.
Bye.
Okay. No, I don't know. I don't know what people want me to talk about. I mean, it's...
I don't know.
Obviously, if you're going to watch this, then yeah, big spoilers and everything.
Spoiler alert!
For the one persons who don't want to be spoiled on this.
There is the one person.
Yeah, there's the one person.
So we won't put any pictures of anything in our thumbnail.
Just huge pictures of Duck Hunt Dog.
Spoiler alert, jeez!
Yes. So anyway, let's kind of just take a step back here and
look at the roster.
Not even before we look at the roster,
okay.
Let's like
go over
the just the freaking legacy,
lead up, yeah,
the legacy behind this thing.
Oh Lord.
So
okay, well first let's start way back at the very beginning. It's a great place to start. Basically, I owned Brawl, but I didn't really play it.
I've always been huge in the series. I mean, I did that really long, like 2-hour freaking thoughts on like characters that could get in.
Yeah.
I'd actually almost want to go back and see how many things I got right. Because I think I even mentioned the freaking Duck Hunt Dog in that video.
I never was into the hype, I guess, before the games because like I got Melee with the GameCube when it first released, but only because I had played Smash 64. But I didn't realize that like this was a thing that people went crazy over. Like, I don't know why. I didn't go on boards. I didn't go on GameFAQs.
I mean, honestly, the thing it's a very simple appeal. You get characters from a whole crap load of franchises, and you bring them all together.
I can see the appeal, but I had no idea that people, like, sold their soul to talk about this stuff. Like, people are seriously, like, enchanting things, like, just to get their character. I'm like, holy crap, people, calm down.
What was it, like a pentagram with like a copy of Xenoblade and like a Shulk figurine?
Yeah, and like people were freaking drawing pentagrams with Sakurai's picture in the middle to put the thoughts of Shulk into them. Like whether or not it was a joke, like
it's still kind of hilarious.
It's still kind of like that's the best way to encompass the people that work in here.
So anyway, not even talking about specific characters or anything. Let's just kind of look at an overview here. I still think it's stupid to have two versions. Brenna freaking hates the fact that there's a 3DS version. Like, I
don't hate the fact, like, I'm not I mean, I'm kind of angry at the fact that the 3DS version...
I think it's a waste of space.
It's a waste to me because, like, whether or not it was supposed to be the only version or not, no one can deny that it held the Wii U version back.
The fact that Ice Climbers are cut is absolute proof that the 3DS version held the Wii U back, because there's no reason they would have been cut otherwise.
There's no reason they would have
Now, again, that's kind of getting into the roster, which I wanted to avoid for the beginning, but it's kind of unavoidable.
Well, that's unavoidable. For me, I honestly, truly believe that without the 3DS version, the Wii U one would have been, like, freaking awesome.
Yeah,
now I'm worried.
Now, people have been saying for a really long time, like... Smash on the Go is an awesome thing to have.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
3DS has more of a user base, so they're going to make more money with that version. But I still feel like if they were going to do two versions, they really should have made the 3DS version decidedly the worst one.
The inferior
Give it a limited roster. Don't give it the full one. Just so that at least there is still incentive to get the other one, and it doesn't have to hold it back.
Right.
Because, like, if they could include Ice Climbers in the Wii U, or, like, Ridley, or whatever you're going to say, and then not have him in the 3DS version, that would be fine, but they won't do that because he's hell-bent on them being equal.
Now, before I get stabbed by everybody, I'm okay with people playing the 3DS version. It's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing against the 3DS. I love the 3DS. Nothing against you people who are getting the 3DS version. So before you, like, stab me in the throat about that, I'm not bashing on the 3DS version.
Yeah, it's just we have a few issues with it.
I'm annoyed at the idea of the 3DS version.
We're annoyed because it's holding it back.
Right.
And I was really concerned that the controls would not be good. I just played the demo for about a half hour, though, and it was actually pretty good, at least on the XL.
The XL is infinitely better. If you have an original 3DS, it sucks. Okay, I'm just going to say that right off because it's tiny screen. Like, it's hard to see what you're doing, and I feel like the circle pad just isn't right.
It wasn't as good as a stick, but it was still pretty good. The only thing I had issues with was dropping through platforms.
It's too slippery. I don't know.
And I also would like to have grab on R, but it's customizable.
Probably,
it's just you can't do it in the demo.
I assume it's customizable.
I'm pretty sure it is.
If it's not, then it's flipped. So I don't know why they wouldn't have it.
But anyway,
right
so
way,
it's like there's the control thing, which turned out to not be so bad. There's the smaller screen, and then there's mainly just the fact that to do multiplayer, it's very obviously multi-card.
Right.
You need to have other people who have the game. So like
Which
if
is
you're
annoying.
like if you're going to be playing with like your friends at school or whatever, then that's great.
Yeah.
But for a family with like multiple kids, like
yeah, it's gonna suck for us.
like the thing is like with Justin and Joey, I mean they don't even have a 3DS or a Wii U yet, but they've been following this game like crazy, hoping that they'll get a system eventually to play it on. And I wanted to warn them, like, don't get the 3DS one because you'd have to get 2 systems and 2 games to play together.
It'll be better for your money to get the Wii U one. So it really does depend on your situation. If you already have the 3DSs and you have multiple family members who don't mind forking over the cash for 2 or 3 games, then that's fine. But it still doesn't seem worth it if you're just going to play in your family. You might as well just get the Wii U version.
It's like, yeah, you can play it in the car, but I mean, you still have to buy 2 games.
Yeah, so I can see the appeal of Smash on the go, but certainly not the appeal for Smash on the go when you're playing multiplayer. I don't know. It's an unusual.
And then as for the actual features, I mean, we watched some streaming stuff. There really isn't much to do in this game, and I feel dumb saying that because honestly, like...
Well, it's about multiplayer, but when you look at the past games...
It's about multiplayer on a system that by default doesn't do multiplayer that well anyway.
Because of the multiplayer
and
thing. There's no DS download
You've got Classic mode, which is Classic mode. You've got All-Star mode, which is All-Star mode. They're basically just fight a bunch of stuff.
Right.
Smash Run looks legitimately fun, but it's not worth the game on its own.
Yeah. It's 3DS.
And I don't think it has anything else.
It's 3DS exclusive. There's the Target game.
It has the Angry Birds style Target game. I think it has like some multi-man stuff. That's it. There's no adventure mode, which I'm fine with.
The full game was leaked for those of you who don't know. Obviously, Japan players got their hands on it a few days early. We watched some of that, and that's really all that we saw. We might have missed something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like in Melee, you had Classic, Adventure, All-Star. It was nice to have the variety, but playing through it a handful of times, it got old. So I'm fine with that. It doesn't have like event matches, which those were always fun to do.
Oh, it does have the challenges though.
Like the challenge board.
Yeah, the challenge. So it does have that.
Well, those aren't unique things. Those are like.
No, but I'm just saying like that.
It's like
that's another thing to do. Like, I don't know. So I mean, I kind of miss the story mode, but
I can't complain because it's basically on par. No, it's not even really on par with Melee because I liked the events in Melee, but Smash Run is cool. I'll give it that much. So we're waiting to see what the Wii U version will have.
I'm really hoping
for some big cool mode.
Yeah, I want something.
I'm not expecting a story mode because he pretty much outright said we're not going to do that.
Because his precious scenes were leaked online.
And I would be fine without one anyway, but there's got to be something to.
There's got to be something on that Wii U version. Like I saw somebody say, because there's that whole connectivity thing between the 3DS and the Wii U. If you're able to connect your Wii U or your 3DS to the Wii U version right from the beginning, that means you have all the characters unlocked already.
Which is kind of dumb,
So there's got to be something else on the Wii U, right?
Well,
I mean, we know there's not going to be exclusive characters.
Well, right. I mean, it's going to have its own game mode, which hasn't been shown at all, just from an advertising standpoint.
There's nothing on the Wii U.
I mean, I understand why they're doing that.
Well, but
they advertise the hell out of the version that comes out first, so that you get that one. Once it comes out, now they're going to start advertising the other. So
I just hope that they advertise
both.
It to the death like they did with the 3DS version. They probably
So yeah, I'm looking forward to what the new mode will be. Hopefully it'll be something cool, but I have no clue. But I'm not really sure what else to say. Like I could go into the stuff that like the tournament people are talking about, like the physics and the speed. I don't really know. It feels
fine. Yeah, like I have
the bit that I played.
We're not
honestly,
competitive people.
It did feel like it was between Melee and Brawl, and I never had no problem with either game.
Yeah,
so.
I don't have a problem with Brawl either.
Like,
but so that's not.
I can understand why people don't like Brawl as much competitively because it is slower, but as a casual player, I had no problem.
As a casual, we have no issue with that. We're not going to be talking about that at all. So look at a technical video.
Yeah,
if
it's
you
like
want
if you want people to go into how much damage
Look
Link's
up
up
flips.
smash
What
does
was
and
it?
how many frames it saves and if
Yeah.
L canceling is in and stuff. Like, I don't freaking care.
Yeah.
Like, I'll eventually learn that stuff, but...
Yeah, we're not going to go into individual moves or anything like that really too much. So do you want to talk about the major issues, not issues with the roster, but the major obvious
The elephants in the room.
Elephants in the room.
So we're...
Sorry, Ridley fans.
Well, Ridley's another subject, because...
Yeah, that's going to have to be talked about.
That's going to be like a half-hour discussion right there.
Conspiracy theories,
but,
ahoy.
So, Ice Climbers are cut, which is kind of gay. Like, I never played as them much, but I still don't think they deserved that.
Yeah, I didn't play them at all, honestly.
Squirtle and Ivysaur, I expected. I liked Ivysaur a lot, but I expected him to kind of be gone. Snake, same thing, just because of the rights to him. Lucas and Wolf, I wasn't expecting so much, especially Wolf, but, I mean, if somebody has to go, I guess they're on the top of that list.
See, Lucas to me was so close to Ness.
He's actually not, though.
But I didn't really play with Lucas as much.
That's the thing. If you play them a lot, like, if you really learn their moves, they're actually very different.
Yeah.
But
it's just, to me, they look the same.
I like Ness better anyway, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
As for Wolf, again, I never really played as the Star Fox characters, but he was a lot more different from Fox than Falco is, so he's the one who probably should have stayed.
Right.
But
But Fox has the Wolf alt, so there's really no way they could DLC him later on, could they?
Well, I mean, they still could. Look at the freaking Dark Pit skin.
Yeah.
But, so that's another thing. People are freaking pissed over Dark Pit.
It is a little bit.
It's not that big of a deal.
No, it's not that big of a deal, but it does kind of leave a bad taste in the mouth because especially when Pit keeps his alternate dark alt.
Like, here's the thing.
Alt.
Like, here's the thing. People are really upset over Kid Icarus getting way too much representation in this game.
Yeah.
Which I agree with, but I have to also
look at it from...
It's... Like, there's somebody who, somebody on the GameFAQs board, I think it's either their signature or it's just something they post often, that Smash Brothers is the only series where people will complain over getting more content.
Right, yeah.
Now, could the effort that went into making the 37 Kid Icarus items be put into, like, a Donkey Kong assist trophy and stuff like that? Yes.
Possibly.
It probably should have been.
But when you think about it, it's still the same amount of material that you're getting either way. Like, who cares if you're throwing a Triforce versus, like, a bomb, or something like that? Or who cares if you're throwing something from a different series versus this series? You're still throwing something.
I know. So it's basically just the idea of, like, there's... Like, Donkey Kong is the most obvious example because it got nothing.
Yeah.
Metroid isn't far behind. Star Fox is still kind of...
I still count Metroid as having only one representative. I'm sorry. Same person.
To an extent. But,
I don't care if they split her up. She's still the same person.
That's the thing. It's like, I've never even been a huge, like, diehard Donkey Kong fan or anything. It's like, I like the Super Nintendo games. I love to hate DK64. Yeah. And I kind of like the new ones for Wii. But it's like... It did deserve a third character.
Yeah, Diddy got his Dixie alt, which wearing a pink shirt and has, like, lighter color fur or something.
It really should have gotten a third character, or at the very least, gotten some good assist trophies and stuff.
I think pretty much everybody was expecting Dixie.
It didn't get anything. It didn't even get a new stage.
Yeah.
It is using the same stage that's been in since Melee.
It's pretty rough.
Like, at least, like, reskin the Go-Goat spawn into Rambi or something. Like,
a model take care of that.
Like, it's kind of sad.
It is a little bit sad, because they're just kind of, DK and Diddy are just kind of shoved off to the side, don't talk about them.
And it's like, Donkey Kong has always been the lamest character to play as anyway, because he doesn't have anything going for him.
It's just, he's so boring to look at, though.
It's like, I don't like to play as heavyweights anyway.
A giant monkey.
As far as the heavyweights go, he's one of the better ones, because he's kind of fast, but all of his moves are just punches and stuff. Like, there's nothing going on.
Right.
So, it's like...
Yeah. So, I guess people are angry about the whole Dark Pit because they feel like the time could have gone for
people
something
keep
else.
saying, like, oh, we got Dark Pit when we could have gotten Mewtwo.
Like, it doesn't work that way. It's like the whole percentage thing. You win 1 out of 10 times. That doesn't mean every 10 bottles you're going to win one. But it's like...
What?
Well, like, just saying... Like, just because a clone got in doesn't mean another character...
That's the thing, is, like... Dr. Mario, Dark Pit, and Lucina were very obviously last-minute additions. They could have very easily not included them and just
Right.
left the roster
They could
as
have,
it was without
yeah,
them.
which it would have been really
And-
sad looking.
Well, no, I mean, it would have been still fine.
Yeah.
Having those in is nothing more than a bonus. They didn't take away any other dev time.
Exactly.
So,
So he
It's
didn't
like,
plan anything else.
if
He
you
just
don't want
happened
to play
put
as
those in.
them, then that's perfectly fine. I don't see myself using them that often, but
I might
I
try
mean,
Dr. Mario, but like,
they're alternates. They
Yeah.
have slight differences. Lucina is basically Roy. Dr. Mario is exactly as he was in Melee, from what I can tell. So he
Yeah.
has the down B. He has like a different forward smash. He just generally is like
it's Mario with
it's a
pills.
different.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
mean-
sure what Dark Pit's deal is. I haven't heard anything about him.
I haven't really seen any footage of Pit, so
I haven't really seen normal Pit either, for that matter.
Yeah, I
so
haven't
I'm
seen
not really
anything of
sure
him.
what their deal is. But I mean, whatever. It's
yeah.
fine. So
I think another thing that apparently Dark Pit has an actual different Final Smash. I have not seen
Yeah,
any
that's-
confirmation on it.
I've heard
but
that,
I've
but
heard
I don't
it.
know.
So, yeah. That would be really sucky if he did, because I have been wanting different smashes for the Zelda characters. But
Yeah, so
no.
let's see. We've got
Let's just go for the first row. I
yeah, let's
guess.
just kind of go through these, I guess. Both old characters and new ones.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll be talking more about the new ones.
So
Mario is what he is.
American
he hasn't
Mario
changed
returns.
at all.
Well, for American Mario returns. That's interesting, I guess. I kind of like the American Mario.
It's kind of cool. I guess.
Luigi.
Luigi has
remember
the
his alts.
he has the polter. I don't really care about the alts really.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we'll mention if one comes to
Oh,
mind.
okay.
But Luigi has the poltergust for his final smash, which is more fitting than his weird drug dance. I kind of like the drug
The
dance.
drug dance
but,
is so awesome, though. It was like belly dancing Luigi. I don't know. It was weird, though.
But yeah, Luigi, whatever.
Yeah.
Peach looks pretty much the same from what I've seen.
Apparently, her butt smash is incredibly...
Comes out a lot
Yeah.
faster.
Also, Daisy alt. Sorry, people who wanted Daisy in her sports outfit.
All three of them, yeah.
Bowser.
Ridley in his sports
Oh,
outfit.
oh, Bowser is more upright now.
Oh, yes.
It was incredible.
Yes.
Actually, I was looking at a picture of Yoshi, and he did look really different to me.
But yeah, it's
just
like
all of a sudden.
Bowser actually seems pretty good from what I've seen, and what I've heard. Like, he's not nearly as lumbering and impossible to control. So that's always good.
Yeah.
I might have to give him a shot, see how it works. I don't know. Yoshi took months and months of development time to make him stand upright. They had to hold off that reveal.
People were like, "Oh my God, Yoshi's cut!" Like, really, guys? Like, really? I don't know though. Ice
think-
climbers.
Yoshi still looks about the same, though. I haven't seen anything different about him.
Oh, he does stand more upright, but
Oh, yes.
yeah, I haven't seen
this
any
is
footage
important.
of him.
So, as for Rosalina, then, she's
I'm
a
excited about her.
different one. Before the game came out, I think in my thoughts video, I was like, Mario has these possible newcomers. It'll be Bowser Jr., Paper Mario, Waluigi, or Toad. Here's like 17 other characters that could possibly get in, and I guess Rosalina, whatever. But, like, and then she ends up getting in, so okay.
Yeah, I'm excited about Rosalina. I mean, I like.
She
looks really
different
cool.
looking.
She's a nice design, and she's a little Luma.
And is two characters at once. Cough, cough, ice climbers, but
different because
I
they
know.
work differently.
I know.
So.
People always mention that, though.
I know, but that's because people are stupid and they don't realize they
But
work
yeah, she
differently.
looks like a hard-to-master character that would
Yeah.
probably be really good in the hands of an expert.
Yeah.
Just you have to learn how to control where the Luma goes and the spacing and all
Luma
this
has,
like
completely
multi-attack
different moves,
stuff.
yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Looks really cool though.
I don't know. I'm definitely pretty much all the newcomers in this. I'm excited to try out.
Yeah.
Rosalina is just interesting because of the new mechanic. Then we've got Bowser Jr., who is way different than anybody ever predicted because he's just perpetually in the clown
It is very
car.
odd looking if you see footage of it because you expect to see your character's feet running around and there's really no like feedback of that. And I usually look at characters' feet, so it's going to be really weird trying to play as him.
I've never had that issue, but
Oh, okay. Also, his alts are
yeah, he has
confirmed to be...
all the Koopalings, so
Yeah.
it's pretty cool to have the variety there.
Yeah.
Looks like an interesting character just because of the weirdness of it. Also, something that probably is not being pointed out very much because it's honestly a relatively minor thing, but he has 10 aerial moves, 5 with the car and 5 without, because his up B launches him out of the car. And then, like, you still can attack while in the air. So that's kind of funky.
Yeah.
Wario, I haven't really seen anything on. Apparently they got rid of his shoulder charge, which is kind of stupid.
Apparently that's, like, the only thing that relates him to the Wario series. So.
Yeah, it's like... Sakurai really treats Wario kind of weird. Like...
Wario is an unusual character anyway. I don't really much like Wario. I never played
Here's the story with him, though. He didn't get into Melee just because, honestly, that game did have a relatively small roster. I guess he just wasn't really considered important enough at the time. He was considered as the clone for Mario, but I believe Sakurai did go on record saying that he would deserve better than that. Apparently Ganondorf doesn't. But that's another story.
Yeah.
So... He gets put in with the WarioWare outfit with really no references to any games that he's been in. Like, he farts, and then that's about it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a character for 8-year-olds.
I don't really care for him, but whatever.
And he's just a gross character. I don't like his character in general, much less why care if he's in Smash or not. So, yeah.
Game & Watch has always been my favorite. He looks to be pretty much the same. I haven't seen too much, but... I'm not complaining.
Apparently his model's different or something?
His model is very slightly different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm probably going to end up freaking using Game & Watch all the time again. I want to try other characters, but he's always my fallback.
If that's your main.
So Donkey Kong I already kind of talked about. He's boring.
Diddy has
Diddy's
less bananas or something?
Boring. Apparently Diddy was really freaking good in Brawl. I didn't really use him much.
Yeah.
But they did nerf the banana move.
Only
which,
does one banana now.
Yeah, I think is generally considered a good thing by people.
Yeah. Link has been buffed, I think, from what I've heard. He feels okay, and his animations are really, really good. I played him in the demo a lot.
I think he's faster.
He does feel a little bit faster. His sword slash feels
faster
a little
and
slow,
hits
but
harder. He just kind of got a general buff, from what I can tell.
It's nice.
The moves all seem generally the same, just better.
Yeah.
So that's always good. Zelda, from what I heard, did not improve. She's obviously separate from Sheik now, so the down B is the Phantom move, which I don't know much about, but...
I've heard, what was it, Sheik, that...
It spawns this Phantom in front of you, and it basically, like...
Away, though.
It like, counters attacks or something?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen much footage on her. We didn't see much footage on a lot of characters, because they were trying to unlock stuff, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, this is stuff that, like, if I had been following...
Technical stuff, yeah.
It's like, I've seen pictures of new moves and stuff, but I'm not going to remember every bit of it.
No.
But yeah, Zelda, I think people are saying that she still sucks, which is unfortunate. Sheik, I actually never cared much for. She was apparently one of the best in Melee, and...
Sheik I enjoyed playing because she was really fast, but...
From what I've heard, pretty much translated exactly the same into Brawl.
Spoilers for those of you who don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah,
you have to always make fun of that.
Somebody said that Sheik basically plays like a Melee character in this game, so if that's what you like, then that's good. I don't actually remember what her new down B is. I
don't know.
Can't
haven't
think.
seen any footage on Sheik. Ganondorf.
Falcondorf.
Freaking pissed me off.
So it's pretty much confirmed at this point that if there's ever a Smash 5, there's still going to be Falcondorf, because they would have changed him by now.
Though he does use a sword move now, apparently, in the customization.
With a custom move, yeah.
Yeah. But
the sword is still... I don't really care.
It's still a taunt.
No, that's not the thing. It's like, I wouldn't even really want Ganondorf with a sword either, because there's already enough sword users. I just want him to not be Captain Falcon.
I mean, I really wanted him to be Wind Waker Ganon. I would have been, like, ecstatic if it was Wind Waker Ganon.
That would have been really cool.
Because that's my absolute favorite Ganondorf. Like, that's just the best Ganondorf.
Dual-wielding katana Ganondorf would have been pretty awesome.
Big old fat guy with katanas. Like, it'd be awesome.
No, we just have...
Falcondorf.
Captain Falcon walking at the speed of molasses.
Princess. Yeah.
Going,
yeah, it's Falcondorf.
Like, give the guy a freaking projectile move.
Give him a break, something. Like, I don't know.
Like, if you want to keep his normal moves the same, fine. But give him the freaking reflective energy ball attack that he's known for.
That's what he's absolutely known for. You think of Ganondorf, you think of tennis.
It's like
that's just what he does.
Like, here's what you do. Make this move, he shoots the thing out, If somebody hits it, it hits it back,
and then you have
and then
the choice
you
to,
hit it back again.
Like it would be really cool
give them
competitively, probably.
Give them like Mario's side B cape to reflect stuff, and just like every time you hit the thing back and forth, it gets stronger. But make it so Ganondorf has a better chance of hitting it, so that he's not going to be screwed over. That would be a good move. Even if it's not good competitively, it would make sense. Even his final smash
could be like that Ocarina of Time where he does all those light arrows or that light streaks all at one time. That would be really cool.
Either that or just make Ganon playable like Giga Bowser is for the final smash, because I'm pretty sure it's basically just an animation.
I see.
In Brawl it was, he turns into Pig Ganon, hits the guy in the ground, runs off.
I'd rather see, something really cool that would slow down the system.
So, I haven't seen anything about the other custom moves. There could be something surprising. I honestly don't think there will be. We haven't looked it up.
We don't really care too much about looking at the technical aspects of that side.
And the thing with the custom moves
I'd rather find that on our own.
They're cool to have, but they're not allowed online.
Which I kind of agree with, because then it's competitive people can get this awesome thing together, and then you have us low live suit, don't really.
At least have the option for it, though.
I guess if you have the option for it, you could have.
It's not like anybody's at a disadvantage.
Or you could play with customization or customization off, and then they slop you into that segment of the online.
Yeah, it's not like it's pay to win. Everybody gets access to this.
Right. And Amiibos aren't pay to win either, so.
Because they don't really do anything.
They don't really do anything. They just.
That we've seen.
Yeah.
They might actually have some big role in the Wii U version.
Well,
I guess
surely
we'll find
not.
out.
I mean, because then it would be pay to win, and that.
Turns out they're necessary for the special mode.
Oh God. They're necessary. You have to have all of them for Ridley to be unlocked.
Anyway, Toon Link.
Yeah.
Seems pretty much the same. Honestly, should have been the first character to go. If they had to make cuts.
I really wanted Impa from Skyward Sword. I really loved her design, and that was the one character that I really wanted.
I still feel like Impa should have been in instead of Sheik, or at least as a clone.
But don't need Toon Link.
The thing is, no, I like Toon Link. I like him better than Adult Link.
See, I like Adult Link
So I would
better.
want him in the game, but I feel like he probably still should have been cut.
But yeah, I mean, Adult Link's been in longer.
If that makes any sense, it's I'd want him in, but I understand why he should be gone.
Yeah, I mean, Impa should have been there at least. But I have no issue with Toon Link in general. Samus,
I heard is better. I don't really know for sure.
I don't either.
I don't think there's anything really different other than I think she just hits harder. Also, Dark Samus alt is pretty cool looking.
Now, Zero Suit Samus.
Zero Suit Samus, a.k.a. Fan Service Samus.
Holy crap, the fan service.
I mean, she was that way in Brawl too, but this one is...
The pictures that they had for Samus, it was booty shots and boob shots, and that's what you get.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I know that those costumes are canon, and I have no issue with that because we got shirtless Shulk. I'm happy about that.
Stupid shirtless Shulk.
Some beefcake with your cheesecake. It's only fair. So, I have no issue. I had no issue with that costume, as long as the girls got something in extra for it. So.
Yeah, I never really played as Zero Suit Samus in Brawl, so I honestly don't know if her moveset has really changed.
Yeah.
I know that she has rocket boots, which
freaking
are really
high heel rocket
boots.
God, her ankles would break. I'm sorry. No
They're
woman,
really derpy.
No woman wears high heels and expects to not be in pain. I'm sorry. High heels are stupid.
But anyway, not really too much to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I will recognize Zero Suit as a second Metroid character. It's still Samus again, but it is a different moveset, so it totally counts.
I recognize it as a separate character in the way of movesets, but I still recognize it as one character in the way of the person.
Yeah.
Because whether or not they split it up or not, it's still the same person, because she was one person at one time, and now she's split into her dark and light personalities.
I like this way better though, because in Brawl you had to use the final smash to switch between them, and if you have smash balls turned off, then it's kind of lame.
I mean, I can understand that, but I still think it's only one representative because it's still Samus. I don't care about the whole different moveset thing. It's still technically, when you look at a lineup, you're not going to see, Samus or Zero Suit Samus. It's going to be Samus.
Before we move on, since it's related to the series, let's go into the whole Ridley thing.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with Ridley.
Here's the thing.
In the April Nintendo Direct, Sakurai shows off the
infamous clip.
No, he shows the Yellow Devil boss.
Right.
And then afterwards says other boss characters will appear and shows a shadow of Ridley.
Right.
After watching this, I instantly thought, okay, Ridley's a boss.
It
sucks, but oh well.
I instantly thought boss too. Only did we realize...
Yeah. Then after I had this thought,
after
going to GameFAQs, I realized that people are now conspiring that because he wasn't actually shown...
Or mentioned in any way...
Because his name wasn't used and his actual model was not shown.
There's all this proof! Look at this proof over here!
It's basically saying, like... They basically thought Sakurai was teasing him, and he was actually going to turn out to be playable.
Now,
and I actually did come to believe this. And for a long time thought it was very likely he would be playable.
The entire time I didn't give in, because I knew at least towards the end here it was getting close, but towards the end I started to realize, oh, his model must have not been finished, because somebody did mention the jerky animations. His model must have not been finished. They didn't want to show off a half-finished model, but they wanted to get the Ridley conspiracies out of the way. So Sakurai wanted to show him off and say, he's a boss, guys. Don't think of him as playable. So he shows the shadow, and he says other boss characters will appear. And that should... in Sakurai's eyes, remember, the man can't speak English. In Sakurai's eyes,
which totally matters.
Was good enough. Well, because that could have been a translation issue, too.
Yeah.
Like, he could have said something more specific.
It's really suspect how he never used Ridley's name, or, like, even had a screenshot later on when the model was done.
Again...
But it's still really weird.
Again, I still
It annoys me that he didn't go out right and say it.
It is annoying that he didn't come out right and say it. But like I said, in his mind, the man is very busy. Okay, he's probably under tons and tons of stress. So in his mind, he's already gotten Ridley out of the way.
Yeah, I guess.
He's already, okay, I've already told people he's the boss. We're good. Let's move on. You know? And so he doesn't go on.
We can have 17 screenshots of menus.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't need a Ridley screenshot.
I mean, you know, and that was the punishment for the leak.
Turns out Ridley's in the game. They just took him out because
people
of the
leak. People are saying I have to at least take this conspiracy theory out, because we've reached the we've gone past denial, and I don't know the stages actually, but we've reached the bargaining stage of the stages of grief, because people are like crying, oh, wait, the Wii U is not out yet. He must be waiting for the reveal for the HD glory of Ridley coming on the screen. And I'm
Ridley will get unlocked through the connectivity thing.
Yeah, I'm like, guys, it's over.
It's okay.
Just
he's not
let
in.
It go.
Just play as Purple Charizard.
I mean, I feel bad for them, because I wanted to see the glory of what the boards would have been if he would have been revealed. I mean, that would have been just fantastic. That would have been probably the best thing ever that Smash would have gone through. It's just the reveal of Ridley, and the internet just explodes. Pretty much. Like, I wanted to see the nuke bomb go off, or the Ridley bomb. Like, and it's still not as bad, because still there are people believing that he's going to be on the Wii U version. After the Wii U version releases, the R.O.B is going to go off. Yeah. Smashboards went into meltdown.
And, like, the thing is, if Ridley was playable, I don't even see myself maining him or even using him that much.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, cool.
It's like, I kind of wanted him in just for the sake of having another Metroid character and having a big flying character.
Just another Metroid character in general.
Like, it would be really cool.
Now, it's interesting, though, because some people are pointing out that the 3DS... Because Sakurai said that the character intro reveals would be on the game. Well, they're not on the game. Like, on the retail release for the 3DS version. So that's why people are assuming that Ridley, I guess, is going to be for the Wii U.
Whatever.
I don't know. It's weird.
So, I guess moving on.
Don't expect Ridley on the Wii U.
He's not going to be on. If he is, then holy shit. But it's not going to happen.
Holy shit, it would be the best troll ever that Sakurai has ever done in any history of gaming. That would be the best kept secret, probably, because there's no way he wouldn't have been leaked by now.
Yeah. So anyway,
we'll find out.
Anyway, Pitt, like I said, I don't really know too much. I know that he has a few new specials. I didn't play as Pitt that much in Brawl anyway, so I don't even remember what his new moves are, but whatever.
Yeah.
Palutena is an interesting one because everybody pretty much expected her to get in just due to the fact that Sakurai made Uprising.
There's the fake leak that came out too.
There's
that was turned out to be fake, but yet she
that
was
a
real.
weird leak.
That was a bizarre one, yeah.
But yeah, so her deal is that she has 12 completely different custom moves.
But everyone has 12 moves. That's what I'm confused about. Can you explain this to me?
Yes.
Explain it to the us stupid people who realize that every character has different moves, but why is Palutena so different?
Here's the thing. Everybody has 12 custom moves, or has 12 special moves. They have their 4 defaults, and then they have 2 different versions of each one. However, all of them, at least the vast majority of them, are just kind of variants. Mm-hmm. Like, the example they used on the site is Mario has, like, a bigger, slow-moving fireball and a smaller, fast-moving fireball.
Oh.
Now, Palutena is different because her moves are all completely different and aren't variants on each other.
But it's still the same number of moves.
And have completely different uses.
But it's still the same number of moves.
It's the same number of moves, but nobody else gets that much special treatment.
Well, yeah, but if you hit B and then hit Smash B, it's still going to do the same thing, whether or not it looks different, right?
No. They have completely different functions.
Oh.
That's the thing, is like,
I see.
They all have different purposes, and you can kind of mix them up into your own custom character that will always play differently.
Okay.
And I don't have a problem with that. Like, people cry about
she is a goddess.
People are bitching about the Kid Icarus bias. It does exist.
Right.
But
there's no issue with that.
If it leads to an interesting character, then let it be there.
Frankly, I know people are going to hate me. I would have liked a different staff character. Crystal, maybe. I know people are like, oh, she's a furry. Like, I don't care.
That and you hated Star Fox
Adventures. I mean, that's coming from somebody who absolutely hated Star Fox Adventures. I think Crystal would be a good character. Yeah. Even though I absolutely hated the game she came from. Like, yeah, I hated the game, but the character would play really good in the Smash Brothers series. So I can at least set aside my bias for that.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, too. Like, I don't like Crystal, but I would
But it'd be awesome to
Falco.
see some, like, both staff stuff going off. Like, Keelik was my favorite to play in Soul Calibur, too. Like, I'd love to see some stuff like that. But no. But anyway, so maybe Palutena will be fun. I don't know.
Apparently she's really good, too. Has this really broken up Smash.
She's really broken up Smash. It's like gigantic beam of light.
Has a stripper pole taunt. Don't know what's up with that.
Haven't seen that in motion yet, but I have seen a picture.
So, then we get on to Fire Emblem, which is the other thing that people are kind of bawing over. Because there's way too many Fire Emblem characters.
There's even actually more than Kid Icarus,
one of them,
right?
There is.
Yeah.
Now, one of them is a clone, so you can't even really count that. But,
you gotta count clones. They're different.
So
if you count Samus as separate, then you gotta count the clones as separate. It's a different spot.
I know. I'm looking at dev time here.
I guess.
Like,
it's still a different character.
2 characters named Samus still is 2 bits of dev time.
Oh, what? And Lucina and Marth aren't different?
Marth and Lucina are the same goddamn character.
But it's not.
They are.
They're not. Okay, Samus is the same person.
The only difference between Marth and Lucina is where the sweet spot is on the sword. And I think, like, she's a little bit shorter.
Okay, but she's still different. Just like Samus.
She's different
Samus
enough to warrant
just like
a second...
Zero Suit Samus is different. Apparently.
Okay, she's different enough to warrant a spot on the select screen, and that's fine.
Right.
But she took way less dev time.
Right. But she still counts as a Fire Emblem character.
Okay, anyway. I think Marth got nerfed a bit from what I've heard.
Blue-haired swordsman.
Yeah, he's a blue-haired swordsman. I always used Marth in Melee and Brawl, just because he's really easy to pick up and work with.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Lucina is basically Roy.
Yeah.
As far as like how the sword works.
Yeah, I liked Roy. I had no idea who he was, but he was a fun character.
But yeah, so apparently Marth has pretty much the same moves and everything. He just doesn't hit as strong. So, Ike, I
grew up. Our baby boy grew up. Holy crap, he got some muscle.
Shut up.
Interruption, cow.
Yeah. Anyway, I never really played as Ike, so I don't really know if he's different or not, but whatever.
That's another disappointment. No shirtless Ike.
Now, Robin is the interesting one because he's got the whole magic tomes thing going on.
I'm intrigued by that.
I still don't fully understand how that works.
Apparently it's really good, though.
But, yeah, he's basically... He's a swordsman character that also has magic moves, which are limited.
But
they like regenerate over time or something.
The person saying that played him apparently said he didn't even notice that he was out of, shall we say. So that's the only technical thing I can remember from that blog that we looked at. So he might be really good. I mean, they might change him by the time it comes out, but I don't know. No, it's actually shipped already, so never mind. Kirby!
People are still on Robin. People are also bitching that, like, you can't do, like, custom hair or something. Whatever, get over it.
You can play as a girl or a boy. Like, that should be good enough for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Actually, once again, even before we move on, because it's just kind of a big thing, the inclusion of Chrome, or Chrome, I still think it's pronounced Chrome.
I think it's... I thought it was Chrome. I don't know.
I honestly don't know.
Doesn't matter. That pissed people off.
That
apparently.
Really pissed people off.
I thought it was absolutely hilarious.
I thought it was a good thing because...
I died laughing. Because...
Now, I know jack shit about Fire Emblem.
I knew jack shit about it too, but I know people really, 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 really wanted Chrome.
Well, here's my thing. Is people will say that the blue-haired swordsman argument is stupid and shouldn't be brought up, but it is a valid point because you don't want 3, and if we're counting Lucina, 4 characters that look similar. I mean, she's a girl, but still...
But she's got blue hair.
They still look the same.
Yeah.
4 characters that look somewhat the same, that swing a sword and do nothing else.
Yeah.
They can wield the sword in different ways, and that's fine and all, but it's still way too similar.
Now, people are saying that he could have had different moves because apparently in Awakening he did have something, but coming from a non-fan who did not play Awakening, that's what it would look like to me if there were 4 blue-haired people on there.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, not even talking about the games
it doesn't represent the franchise well, because there are weapons other than swords in the series.
And that's what people are saying. Like, and, like, he could have done that.
They still could have...
He would have been a sword player if he got in.
Yeah.
More than likely. And I think the reveal trailer was probably the best trailer so far.
And, to get slightly sidetracked, as for the Gematsu leak... I still maintain that it had some amount of legitimacy to it.
At least at the beginning, yeah.
The first part of the leak was 100% true.
Right.
The second part got a lot of things right. The only things it got wrong were saying Crom was in and saying Chorus Kids were in.
Yeah.
Plus, they didn't identify what the Pokemon from X and Y was, so that was just kind of a
so,
throw
like,
this out and
you
hope
can't
I'm right
say
sort of
the
thing.
entire leak is wrong when... You did get some stuff right.
I'm very curious to see if Chorus Kids actually are in the game as, like...
DLC.
Not DLC, well, that would be good, but, as, like, incomplete files.
Yeah.
Because...
It won't take long for them to hack
as,
sure.
Like, as people pointed out during, like, one of the old, like, the demo at Best Buy, there was a Rhythm Heaven enemy in Smash Run, which is really weird.
Has anybody mentioned if that's still in or not?
I actually don't think it's still in. I think it got taken out.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm right, though.
I mean, have to look that up, yeah.
But it is really bizarre, because, like, they just decide to include this random enemy that is very unrecognizable and doesn't even really do anything.
Yeah.
In the thing, when all the other all the other enemies you fight...
It's like the polar bear screenshot.
Yeah, all the other characters you fight are from other represented series.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the polar bear, which there was a screenshot of the day which showed the polar bear enemy, and it was taken down, like, immediately and replaced with something else.
Somebody get a screenshot of it, though. Yeah.
Probably, like, Ice Climbers were going to be in the game, and then they got cut due to issues.
Because I think Sakura mentioned at some point, we are having issues.
It's like, that's probably, like, they had the polar bear there, and then realized, shit, we cut the Ice Climbers, don't show that, and took down the screenshot.
Now, is the polar bear still in the game?
I think it is.
Okay. But that's a generic enough enemy, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's still weird, but I mean, it was a previously playable franchise.
Right.
Franchise consisting of one shitty game, but
so
whatever.
If Sneaky Spirit is actually taken out, I'm sure that there'd be leftover files or something then.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, Chorus Kids, I still would have really enjoyed.
Yeah, I was actually kind of excited.
Like, the Gematsu League got me interested in Rhythm Heaven, and I played through the whole game and was, like, moderately obsessed with it for a while.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was really looking forward to a character with musical or rhythm-based moves, and now it's not going to happen unless there's DLC. But,
which I'm still not sure if that's going to happen, but there are spaces left, so I don't know.
Anyway, there's still like half the roster left.
Yeah.
It's been going on for 45
This
minutes.
is what people wanted. This is what you wanted, people.
Kirby has ice breath. No, that's some stupid meme.
Oh. Well, it's Kirby. Move on.
He has Ice Breath, though.
Okay.
This is important.
It's Kirby.
Yeah, it's Kirby. DDD, I don't care. Meta Knight, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I think he got nerfed, which is apparently good because he was apparently really broken. I still hated using him.
I never really got into him. Little Mac.
Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to mention about them.
It's Meta Knight.
No, about just Kirby characters in general. We kind of just breezed over them, but I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, I didn't see any footage of them, and I don't
I
really
think
care.
they're pretty much the same, except for Meta Knight being weaker, from what I've heard.
I guess. I haven't seen anything on the characters, so...
Anyway,
other than, like, seeing what Kirby looks like when he sucks up other characters.
Yeah.
Which is adorable, always. So.
The Mii mask.
The Mii mask is a little shitty looking. I have to admit that.
Anyway,
that was a little shit.
So, as for Little Mac, is only character to get promoted from assist trophy status, which is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. But yeah, his deal, as people probably know, is like he's a really good ground fighter and doesn't work in the air like at all.
Apparently, he has a really, really, really bad recover.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't really have a second jump. They described it as like a light breeze pushing him slightly.
I haven't seen him in motion though, so yeah.
Interested to see what his deal is, because aside from the whole ground character thing, there's also the KO meter, which...
His Smash is so often fought in the air, and I'm confused how he's going to work out very well.
It's like a whole different playstyle with him.
Yeah.
But the KO meter, like, apparently it just kind of builds up throughout the fight, both damage that you do and you receive. And then when it's all the way full, you have like this really powerful KO move, but it's hard to hit with. So, not sure exactly how that works. I'll have to try
Apparently
it out.
it's not as good as it sounds or something. I don't know.
Fox and Falco, I'm pretty sure are basically what they were. Yeah. Falco still personally prefers the air and then comes down in the Landmaster anyway.
Oh,
which is a freaking disgrace.
I do remember the Amiibos that we were planning to get was the Link, Zelda, and I think Fox is actually one of them because his Amiibo figure is actually really, really nice looking.
I like the Samus one too.
The
Honestly,
Samus one, yeah.
As for the Amiibos, there's not much to say about them, but they are really cool looking collectibles.
Really nice looking figures.
It's like we're gonna want to have to get all these things, and it's gonna freaking break the bank.
I mean, well, we're not getting them all at once. Certainly not. But we're getting like our favorite characters first, and then eventually we'll be getting them all. But because
Game and watch Amiibo hype.
I can draw you one, thank you.
I know.
But yeah, I would be like, if anybody has kids, I would be very hesitant giving them these Amiibos because they look like, not that they look like they might break, but I would be worried that if they broke, I would be incredibly sad because they're really nice looking. So
still not sure what those things do, but whatever. Other than like, I know they store your custom stuff, and you can like train a computer player, which is weird. Which you should be able to do without the figurine anyway, but...
Well, I mean, it's an extra thing, and you get a cool little thing for your shelf. Yeah. It's so difficult to get Nintendo stuff.
That's the thing, is like, I want to get them just because they'll look good.
Yeah,
because they'll
I mean, I want them for the collectible status, honestly, so, yeah.
But, anyway, Star Fox characters, like I said, I think Falco's basically the same. I haven't seen any gameplay of him. I know he still has the Landmaster. I assume he still has the weird kicking and returning reflector. But I don't know.
The hands off my bread thing.
Stupid hands off my bread. And
also, general skills for Smash.
Oh, yes. So, let's see. Pikachu, I actually played as him in the demo. He's pretty much the same.
Oh, he's adorable and smooshy, and he can crawl. And he goes down, and he just smooshes down. And, like, when he crawls backwards, he's just overall a very smooshy-looking character. And it's probably the most adorable dang thing I ever did see. Because... it's Pikachu with little bitty goggles, and they're so cute. So.
Yeah, he's pretty much the same though. Charizard, obviously is not part of the Pokemon trainer anymore. My least favorite of the three that he had, but obviously the most iconic, so it makes sense.
I don't mind Charizard being in.
I know that he still has the Rock Smash move, and I don't know what he gained, because much like Sheik and Zelda, he had to gain a new attack because they got rid of the transforming move.
He just does
and
surf.
I don't remember what it was. I should have to look that up, but whatever.
His alts are good, I guess. I remember...
Probably not going to play much Charizard.
Yeah.
I didn't like him much. I don't know. Maybe as a standalone character, I'll give him more of a try.
I didn't play the Pokemon trainer that much. So.
I liked Ivysaur a lot, but
yeah,
whatever. Lucario's still in, and I think pretty much the same. I'm
really?
still not what the deal with the Mega Lucario is, if that's the final smash or not. I haven't seen any info on that.
Yeah. Also, his ults are really bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's different shades of blue. Like Sonic.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Jigglypuff is the character that will never die. People always...
I imagine Jigglypuff clinging to the game box with little tiny claws and their teeth and just, don't let me go, you know?
It's like
why
if
not
anybody,
Jigglypuff?
if you want to blame anybody for Mewtwo not getting in, don't blame Dark Pit or Lucina or even Lucario. Blame Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
Because the only reason she's still in the game is because she was in the N64 one.
Yeah.
Nobody really cares.
Like, so similar to Kirby, and Kirby's better because he's more interesting.
Now, Jigglypuff does actually have a unique playstyle, like very aerial based.
Yeah.
And
but it's Jigglypuff.
Like
it's so boring to look at.
Like if you can cut fricking ice climbers, like I mean, obviously that was because of technical issues, but like if you can cut Wolf, you can cut Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
Put Mewtwo in.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Mewtwo DLC hype.
No, Mewtwo's too close to Greninja. So.
Greninja. Ooh! Just the noise that he makes. But yeah. Greninja's the newcomer I'm the least interested in. He basically looks like Sheik, except like with water moves. Not
necessarily. I mean, he's fast, but he just kind of has that generic look about him, even though he's kind of cool looking at the same time.
He's just kind of a fast-moving... like hit and then get out kind of character.
Yeah.
He has a lot of weird water effects with the moves. Which,
he doesn't seem to have any gimmicks towards him.
He doesn't really. That's fine. I mean, not every character has to have a gimmick, but pretty much all the other newcomers do. Yeah.
So he's kind of the odd man out in that regard.
Yeah. So next is Duck Hunt.
Okay.
Not Duck Hunt Dog.
Just
Duck Hunt.
We don't know if that's actually going to be changed for the...
It's probably not.
Because it was in the ESRB leak, so yeah. I have an unusual problem and like for Duck Hunt because when he was first announced, I was like, really? Duck Hunt, dog? Like, just Duck Hunt? And with that derpy face? Like, what's he going to do? I have no love for the Duck Hunt game because I didn't grow up with the game. And honestly, I know everybody talks about the dog and like how you were so wounded by his laughing at you, but honestly, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Like when people talk about the Duck Hunt dog laughing, that's like their epitome of their childhood. And I'm like, that's kind of sad.
Well, Duck Hunt has one thing going for it,
he
and
laughs.
It was part of the Mario combo game. Right. That's the only reason anybody played it.
The only reason, because the scope and the scope rate was used for
let's also keep in mind, that was not the case in Japan either, because they had Mario by itself.
Yeah.
So, like, Duck Hunt is pretty much known by the North American audience as that game that came with Mario.
Right.
That you played a few times.
Which I got because
So,
my grandpa got me the N64 and bought me Mario and Duck Hunt for it. Like, thanks, it doesn't work, though.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like you play this game a few times, the zapper occasionally decides to work, and when you miss, the dog laughs at you, and people are like, oh my god!
Like, they're so, like, I don't know why they hate that, because it's not even, like, that bad, and I don't know, maybe you have to grow up, like, with it. So, after seeing Duck Hunt in motion...
he's actually a really adorable character.
I did kind of, like, a complete 180, because I'm like, oh my god, he's so cute!
Did you see the Dalmatian alt?
The what?
The Dalmatian alt.
Oh, I didn't see his alts, no.
Yeah, there's a Dalmatian, there's a Golden Retriever.
Oh,
I don't remember what the other ones are.
So yeah, like, I had this image in my brain of him, like, standing on his hind legs and punching for some reason. Because in his like, little picture... Because he's doing that, like,
yeah, the dog is completely quadrupedal and just has this duck sitting on his back.
He's adorable! And his little recovery move is a little duck flapping his wings. And I'm like,
while holding onto his tail.
It just melted me. I was like, okay, I love you, Duck Hunt Dog. I might even play you.
It's like, I actually watched a fair amount of Duck Hunt footage last night just to see what his deal was. I haven't seen the duck actually do much.
Well, he's
but
just in the recover move from what I've seen.
Yeah,
but
the smash moves...
I haven't seen this final smash yet.
The smash moves are crosshairs appearing near him getting out of the way, and then the screen shooting at the area.
Yay.
So those are all kind of funky. The down B summoned the wild gunman, who shoots, like, in front of him.
There's
the neutral B...
right?
Yeah, the neutral B sends out this can that, like, I don't...
Is that from something?
It's also apparently from Wild Gunman.
Oh, okay.
Or, no, I think Hogan's Alley.
Was Wild Gunman and Hogan Alley some kind of different
They were Zapper games.
Oh, okay.
It's basically all the Zapper
That
games wrapped into one character.
Considering there's only, like, 3 of them.
But yeah, it's like there's this weird can thing, and I forget what the other move is, but, they were pretty creative with this one, actually. Like, they did what they could with a character that has absolutely nothing
for him.
Material
Because, like,
draw from.
that was my other beef, was, like, he's not even a character. How can you make him do anything? All he does is laugh. And he doesn't even do that well. Like, you know.
And they do have the laugh as a taunt, but apparently it doesn't have, like, the sound effect to it, so it's kind of weird.
Okay.
Like, people say that he laughs like Muttley from Wacky Races, which is kind of weird.
Then. So yeah, the dog is adorable, and I was completely surprised by the whole smooshy dog and duck combo. So yeah, I'm excited about him.
Yeah, interesting newcomer.
Yeah.
Not too many people guessed it, but it was predicted, unlike Wii Fit Trainer, and it worked out pretty much better than anyone would have thought.
Right.
Now, R.O.B is
the last character you unlock.
I haven't seen this, like, wind about yet, but I think R.O.B is officially now the, like, destroyer of dreams in 2 different games.
Yeah.
Because he was the last character known about in Brawl. Actually, I think Wolf was, but people were freaking pissed that he got in Brawl. And then there's that iconic image of R.O.B wearing, like, the Ridley mask and the taped-on tail, like, do you love me now? And so when the game leaked yesterday, R.O.B was the last one that was unlocked, and when he comes up, it gives the message, all characters have been unlocked, and people are just like, fuck you, R.O.B, why are you the last one?
People were insistent that there's no way the leak had all the characters unlocked, and that was another big thing.
Because the select screen is really awkward looking,
it is very
and there is
looking.
space for other characters, but there's no other characters, unless DLC adds
But
them.
that's what people were really, really hoping for, was that after R.O.B is unlocked, because all the other characters have been unlocked that we'd known about, and then once R.O.B was unlocked, they were really hoping that message wouldn't come up, and there'd be something new.
So that there would still be hope for, like, Mewtwo or something.
Yeah, and just no. Destroyer of Dreams.
Yeah, R.O.B is the Destroyer of Dreams. I have
R.O.B.
seen absolutely no footage of this guy, so I don't know if he's any different.
Also, he kind of stands out in the colorful characters, just saying.
The 4th row of characters is entirely animals except for R.O.B. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But, anyway, Ness, I have seen a little bit, and I think he's pretty much the same. Ness was actually my second favorite, so I'm glad that he's still in.
I have no care for Ness, but I have no issue with him being there.
Was kind of a loss to have Lucas gone. Would like to have them both in, but I preferred Ness anyway, so...
There was, like, that whole conspiracy with Ness's shirt, too.
Oh, yeah, let's go into this, because this is going to be something lost to the tides of time here.
Yeah.
When the ESRB leak first came out, a very compelling bit of evidence towards it being fake was Ness's shirt, because in the official claymation model used in the Earthbound Strategy Guide, and in the models for all 3 Smash Bros. Games, Ness has a very specific number of stripes on his shirt, with a small bit of a yellow stripe coming up on the left side of the shirt that disappears halfway through.
It is very not noticeable at all.
It is a really minor detail that has been in every single one of the games, because Sakurai is insane.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that in this one.
At least that we can see, or that I've seen.
The render doesn't seem to have it. So people are saying,
website,
like,
right?
this is something that he's not on the website yet.
All right.
But yeah, people are saying, like, that this is fake. It's a really well done fake.
But that one tiny
Sakurai
detail
would have put this detail in, and it was not well advertised at all. Nobody really knew that this was a thing, but somebody pointed it out, and it's like, you know, that's a really good point.
It was really good. It was a good point.
But it's just wrong.
It's wrong.
He just doesn't have the stripe.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So it was just kind of an interesting thing that popped up, I think, during the discussion of that.
There was also the fact that Shulk was a Photoshop of
Oh
Little
god.
Mac.
Like, yeah, people were like, oh, it's fake because, like, Shulk has the same face as Little Mac,
And people were bitching because Dr. Mario looked too much like an official render of Mario.
Like,
it's like,
what?
well, he is the same character.
Yeah, it was just kind of
And
weird.
then somebody, like, I just liked this thing. It was like, things that the ESRB leak has going for it. Huge list of things. List it has going against it. Ness's shirt.
Shulk
Wario
like...
looks too much like himself. Dr. Mario looks too much like himself.
Yeah, now, I have to admit, Wario does look a little bit odd in that screenshot.
He has like a missing pupil.
Because the way his nose is, it's a very odd shot. So I can see
Game
how
& Watch's hand is reaching into Wario's panel.
Yeah, it's just the desperation of people. It's amazing. But I mean, I can understand if you have no other information and all you have to go off is
this one picture.
Image.
You're gonna analyze the hell out of it.
Oh yeah, it's like the CPU thing, like the lines.
Oh god, that thing.
Apparently that's real.
There was another. I don't know if it was the same leak. It was, I think, a different one.
No, it's this one because you can see it. It's right there.
Oh yeah.
This is
the
real,
line
real picture.
between in the official leak picture of the roster that came out originally. I'm sure people can find it.
Yeah.
The bottom screen has Bowser, Bowser Jr., Pikachu, Kirby. The line separating CPU and level 5 on Kirby is thicker than the lines on the others.
Right. And people are like, oh my god, he made a mistake.
It's a Photoshop error. But it's not. It's just a really random glitch that was actually present in the demo of the game
and
nobody picked up on until this picture came out, and then they watched a bunch of footage and then noticed
found some footage that had it in there. So yeah, it's just this poor image
was
so gone
stupid.
through so much.
It's like 2 pixels taller than the other lines.
Apparently some kind of glitch that can happen.
It's just some random glitch that makes a line slightly thicker.
It's just really funny what this image went through. So
it's hilarious.
Captain Falcon?
Falcon's the same, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like
it's Ganondorf.
So staying on that subject for a bit, I'm not surprised that there isn't a new F-Zero character, especially since there was no new Donkey Kong or Metroid.
Yeah. At least an
would have been nice to have the whole Black Shadow take Ganondorf's moveset, make Ganondorf unique thing that people have been suggesting for like 10 years, but it didn't happen. Other than that, the only character that could have possibly gotten in was Samurai Goro, and he didn't. He would have been a swordsman, so it wouldn't have been that great.
See, I know nothing about F-Zero characters, so...
Let's bring James McCloud in, that'll be awesome.
Oh god.
But, anyway, yeah,
Fox's alt just turns into
it's Captain Falcon. I mean, he's a staple now, and he...
Yeah, it's Captain Falcon. And Falcon nipples. And Falcon bulges.
Yes.
So...
and he is, he almost Falcon punched Lucina in the face.
Yes. But he did not, because he was a gentleman.
Yes.
No, I don't know.
Anyway, Villager we played as in the demo, and he's pretty fun.
Very OP. Holy crap. His recovery move is just... Holy crap. You'll never, ever shoot him down.
So yeah, for anyone who hasn't played the demo yet or hasn't seen any footage, Villager has a lot of stuff going on. He doesn't have any specific gimmick. He just has a lot of really weird moves. The neutral B is the pocket move, which this was shown off in the direct anyway, but it basically picks up items or projectiles and stores them for later use.
And you can be really, really far away from an item, too, from what I've noticed. Like, I was on top of a platform and did the move, and an item from underneath it got sucked up. It was just bizarre.
Now, I liked the part when you were using your final smash, and I pulled the hammer out of my pocket and broke the final smash.
I'm not quite
sure I still don't know how that happened.
I was playing as Villager, did the smash.
We were both Villager, yeah. She does the final smash.
And
I just kind of came in and, like, broke the house with the hammer.
I was like, my house! And then nothing happened.
It was weird.
It was kind of like, well, shit.
But, anyway, the down B move is, you plant a sapling, you water the sapling, and then you cut down the tree. It's a really long move, but you can also...
Do you do that all in one go, or do you have to
It's different steps.
Oh, so you don't keep pressing down B, or what?
You do it once to plant it, once to water it, and then once the tree is grown, your down B is now the axe.
I see.
And you can use the axe in other situations as long as the tree is on screen.
I see.
It does a lot of damage, but it has a really short reach.
Oh, okay.
Side B is the gyroid, which rockets across the fricking...
You can either ride it, or you don't have to ride it either. which is kind of nice.
Yeah,
because
that
it
thing
goes very
a really long way.
Like, he recovered on one side of the stage one time with the balloons that go on forever. Let me just say that. And then he rocketed across the stage, all the way across the stage onto the other side and died. Well, almost died, or did you?
I don't remember.
It was like, yeah.
But,
because you can't jump
anyway,
off
he
of
goes
it.
really far with that, and the up B is the balloons, and those things are freaking ridiculously good recovery.
Oh, man.
And he's got some interesting smashes and just generally lots of fun stuff to try out.
A lot of cool items that pop out of him when he does stuff, so.
Yeah. Now, Olimar, I know that the Pikmin got reduced to 3 instead of 5, and they are in a set order now. Other than that, I'm not really sure how he plays. He does have an Alf alt, though.
Right.
Which is...
Is that Olimar or Alf on the screen?
It's Olimar.
Okay.
It's
kind of like
interesting to have the alt.
He's in the way of Roy and the Koopalings.
People are wondering why Alf couldn't have been made different enough to make a clone out of him.
But he wasn't that different in the game, though.
I know, but he could have incorporated, like, Rock Pikmin or something.
I guess.
But, I mean, it's fine.
I mean, Sakurai did go out of his way to say he has the same skill set, but no Rock Pikmin or something like that. Yeah. So,
out of the characters that could have been the alt, I mean, Brittany would have been the best, because she's at least different looking, but, I mean, it's fine.
But there's too many females.
I know, jeez.
My gosh, there's 12 of them. Oh.
So, anyway, I don't really know too much about him, but whatever. Wii Fit Trainer is a weird one.
Came right the fuck out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I remember.
Wii Fit Trainer is the reason why the Gamatsu leak was believed.
Yeah.
Because nobody freaking predicted
I
it.
remember I picked you up from work and I'm like, so you'll never guess who was shown today.
Yeah. It's like I was given a million hints and I still didn't get it. Because
I was like, well,
the day that the game came out, or the day that the very first trailer came out, they showed Mega Man and Villager. Wii Fit Trainer was later on in the day, so I actually didn't see that until I got home from work. So, like, we're going home, and she's like, there's another character announced, and I'm like, oh, I want to try and guess what it is. Is it from a series that I have played? And she's like, only a couple times. And, like, there's a few hints, and I, eventually narrow it down to be, like, one of the various, like, Wii blank games. And I'm like... well, it's not just a regular Mii, is it? And she's like, no. And I'm like, is it Wii Fit? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, is it the freaking balance board? Like, I'm like, how does that thing fight? And she's like, no, it's the trainer. I'm like, there was a trainer in that game? Is it a wireframe? Like, what? Like,
yeah, there's a trainer in that game. So,
I don't know, that's because I never played Wii Fit.
Yeah, it was just kind of a funny thing
it's
that
a
happened.
weird freaking
It's
pick.
just like, what?
I like
okay.
that. I like that all of the moves are different, like yoga poses and stuff.
But that's our WTF character. So,
yeah.
You know.
Well, that and Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
But
I think Wii Fit Trainer works more into that though.
Especially since it's abbreviated as
yeah,
WFT.
it works better.
But anyway, not the flashiest character by any means,
looks cool,
but has
male alt.
It's an interesting way to take a character that basically just is a physical hit with fists and feet thing, like, which is what most of them are.
But she has really colorful, interesting moves too.
Yeah.
So it's...
And then there's the whole charge up and the healing move and the projectile, like the big sun blast.
Right.
Those are all kind of fun.
Haven't seen her in motion though.
Not much, at least.
Yeah.
Then there's the clones. We already talked about them a bit.
Yeah. It's the clones. There's
they're
nothing
there.
much you can go
They're
over.
padding. They're fine for what they are.
Shulk.
Shulk makes us want to play Xenoblade.
I have to get a...
We do have the game. We just need a
controller.
classic Pro controller because screw the Wiimote.
The classic controller, I can't play. It's upside down. That controller is upside down. I don't care what people say. But Shulk is interesting because Gamatsu also predicted him, but he didn't predict him.
He was one of the...
to be coming out where he did, so...
Shulk was one of the least likely choices in the Gamatsu leak, like after Wii Fit Trainer and stuff, because like people were talking about him for a while, but it is a pretty obscure game that isn't really Nintendo made. Like
it is owned by Nintendo.
It's a second party, but it's still like if you were going to have an RPG character,
it'd be like
it seemed
Lloyd
like they would
something,
probably go with Lloyd is Namco,
but Mega Man, like it's Capcom, isn't it?
Well, Namco has Pac-Man. I don't think they would really get two third parties. But if they were going to have an RPG character, it was probably going to be Isaac from Golden Sun,
Ugh.
which
I just don't like
now that
Golden
I think people are saying that he still isn't an assist trophy, which is weird because he was one in Brawl, so it might have been another character that was worked on and ditched, but
Possibly.
I don't know.
But Shulk is
way.
interesting because he has these...
He has a stat changing
He's like
thing.
Deoxys, basically. Like, that's pretty much all I can really refer him to. He does different state changes. He has speed...
Like speed, jump, launching power, attack power,
and
defense.
you hit B to cycle through all of these, and they're
and
all in
a giant
Japanese.
kanji character pops up.
So I'm like,
so it's like you have to just memorize those.
Yeah, I'm hoping subtitles maybe, but I don't know.
It's not. Well, and they're color coded.
I guess,
it's just,
but
you have to
I'm not
learn
good with like I'm not gonna remember which one I'm on. I don't know. It's gonna be weird.
He's gonna be another character that probably has to be
really
worked with quite a bit, like
yeah.
Rosalina.
Because the cycling, I feel, would be a detriment. I don't know. We'll see.
So anyway, Pac-Man is a character that was very highly predicted, if only because Namco made the game. But
see, I didn't expect it. But I didn't really follow it at that point.
I thought that Pac-Man was likely even for Brawl, because if they were going to start to go into third parties, it would make sense to basically pick the very first game mascot.
Right.
And so I wasn't surprised that he got in, but I'm pleased.
Okay with it. At least he doesn't have the cowboy hat.
His moves don't really seem... Well, never mind. I was going to say they don't seem that flashy. That's not true.
No,
he has a lot of weird
arcade-era
Namco sprites.
They look really cool.
That do his bidding.
Yeah.
He, like, summons Galaga ships and stuff.
And he does the Waka thing.
Yeah, it turns into the Waka Waka
And
form.
He can eat Mega Man's pellets.
I don't think he actually can. That was a comic.
Oh, but I thought they showed a picture of him eating Mega Man.
I'm pretty sure that was just a comic.
Oh, okay. I'll go in the corner now. It would have been cool, though.
But yeah, I mean, he's someone I'll try for a while. I don't know if I'll get too much into the character, but I mean, he deserves to be in.
Yeah.
Mega Man I played as in the demo. I really like how he turned out.
Before we move on, his alts are just his, like, shoes.
Yeah, he has, like, different shoes.
They kept him yellow, which I understand. So, yeah, moving on.
Anyway, Mega Man has so much variety in this moveset. This is the freaking projectile king right here.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain, and I don't really need to go too in-depth, but aside from the specials, which
He's
are...
available in the demo.
Yeah. Specials are the Metal Blade, Crash Bomb, Leaf Shield, and Rush Coil, which all work pretty much the way they do in the original NES games. But, like... He has so many other projectile moves that aren't B moves. Like, the side smash is the charge shot. His neutral A, side A, and neutral aerial A are all just shooting the normal pellet gun, but, like, in slightly different ways. It's a very good approach move because it kind of hits people back a bit. He's got the tornado with the up aerial. He's got fist shooting down for the down aerial. There's a lot of crap you can do. Pretty fun to play with, and people have mentioned he doesn't play like a Smash Brothers character. He plays like freaking Mega Man from the NES games, and it is true.
I noticed that with his jump. It didn't look or feel right. It was
I
weird.
really, really like this character, and he's going to be one I'm going to have a lot of fun with, I'm guessing. And then Sonic pretty much did the same.
Yeah, he's not in the demo, and I haven't seen anything of him, so...
I don't think he really changed. And he was
got
kind
different
of
alts now.
lackluster in Brawl anyway.
Different shades. So. Not even a silver alt. I wanted silver to, like, it's no use!
Like, give him a Shadow alt or something, jeez.
God, Shadow, why? And then
I mean, I don't like... I hate Shadow,
I guess Shadow would fit in with the guns, but... Or, excuse me, lasers.
So that's it for the normal characters. Then there's also the Miis.
I like the Miis. Getting that out of the way right now.
I
don't mind them.
I am between being neutral and liking the Miis.
Like, I'm not excited for them, but I don't mind that they're there.
Yeah, same thing here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
Because I think it's a cool idea that you can make whoever you want. Go make a Ridley. You'll be happy.
I actually made a Lucas Mii last night.
Yay. In preparation.
Yeah. But anyway,
3 months of preparation.
So here's another point of contention with us. I still maintain that the Miis are 3 different characters.
One slot.
They're 1 slot, but they're 3 characters.
1 slot. 1 character.
They also have the whole Palutena multiple special moves thing going on, but it makes sense for them.
Yeah.
Basically, they're just extra characters that you can kind of screw around with, give them a funky moveset, only playable with customization on, not available online. So people will argue that they're a waste of time, and I can see where they're coming from, but they're still fun for normal, non-competitive fights that aren't online.
Also, they do not take up the random button. Thank God.
Yeah, I still don't get why
That
people
was
thought
such
that
a
was the
weird rumor.
case.
Like, why would they just get rid of the random button? Like, what? Okay.
So
Yeah, they come in after Sonic, right before the random button. So
that's the roster. That was gonna be the bulk of it. I'm looking through the stage list right now on the 3DS, just if anything stands out here. Like I said, there's still no Donkey Kong stage. Let's see. Let me just go through the list.
There's Spirit Track stage on the 3DS.
Battlefield and Final Destination stayed pretty much what they were.
Right.
3D Land, Golden Plains are both side-scrolling Mario levels that are very similar to Mushroomy Kingdom, which is also in.
Another thing I just thought about was the Pyrosphere. Let's touch on this just a second here.
Okay.
Since Ridley isn't playable, per se, then that means he's a boss. But 3DS doesn't even get Pyrosphere stage, so that might mean 3DS doesn't even get Ridley as a boss. And I don't think you do.
Yeah, it's not in the game. People would have seen him by now.
Sucks for you. But we get Ridley. So, yeah.
So,
at least we even get him as a boss.
Anyway, there's lots of Mario stages. Like I said, there's 3D Land, Golden Plains, Mushroomy Kingdom, which are all side-scrollers. Those all kind of,
Yeah.
3D Land looked kind of cool. I haven't really seen anything of Golden Plains.
Apparently, like, all the characters that were unlocked on the scrolling stages.
A lot of them were.
Yeah.
Rainbow Road is your typical flying platform over a level sort of thing, from what I've seen of it. The Paper Mario stage, I haven't really seen most of the transformations, so I'm curious about that one. Donkey Kong only has Jungle Japes. Zelda gets Gerudo Valley and Spirit Train.
Really nice, really good remix on that Gerudo Valley one. I'm slightly jealous of that stage. I will admit that.
Let's see, Metroid only gets Brinstar. It's so weird, like, the levels that are coming back in this are, like, ones that have already been reused. I don't get it.
So what does the Wii one get? Because the only levels that Wii shares, right, is the Mega Man stage?
They share the Mega Man stage, and... Oh, I know there's others. I don't remember for sure.
Yeah.
Yoshi's Island, the Brawl version.
Maybe that's what the Wii U's got going for, is that it's got newer stages or something.
It might just have more stages in general. Let's see, Corneria came back yet again. Unova Pokemon League, Prison Tower. I'm just kind of listing these off at this point. If I have something to say about one, I'll mention it. I don't get why Milotic's in the Pokemon League one. It's kind of weird. But, let's see, Arena Ferox. I've seen that one kind of transform a bit. It's kind of funky. Reset Bomb Forest.
That was a weird one, too.
Another weird transforming stage. Kind of like a Castle Siege.
It's a Kid Icarus one, I think, right?
Yeah. Let's see, Distant Planet came back. Tortimer Island looks pretty basic. Boxing Ring, pretty basic. It's got, like, the lights above it, but... Guar Plane. I've only seen very little of that one. It's the Xenoblade level. Looks pretty big.
There's a boss on that one, too, right?
It was hinted to in the trailer. I don't know if it is in the 3DS version. I don't know.
I think it was probably the Wii one.
Probably.
They probably should go to the boss, though, if the levels change.
Then there's Living Room.
Tomodachi Life.
It's Nintendo, exactly.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Find Me, Tomodachi Life. So, yeah,
see, that's another thing that kind of convinced... Like, I was sure that the Chorus Kids were going to get in, because in Tomodachi Life, Chorus Kids are in that game. Like, they're not in the game, but they have, like, little sprites on certain items that they're in, so it's kind of interesting.
Anyway, it's like, yeah, I think the only bosses that are actually in the 3DS version are the Yellow Devil and the Emperor from Find Me. I haven't seen any others. Could be wrong.
Yeah.
PictoChat 2. I haven't really seen it in action. I just know it has different animations from PictoChat. Green Hill Zone came back. Wily Castle looked moderately annoying to deal with the boss, but I don't know. And not in the demo, I know the what the hell is it called? A Magicant level from Earthbound. That one was really cool looking.
Yeah. That on 3DS?
That was in 3DS. Yeah. I liked that one. I can't help it. I liked that, no. I liked that level because, it had the, flying men that, like, came basically, and they would, they were, like, almost like assist trophies, but they would, like, stay on the stage. There seemed to be, like, the Walking Sprout enemy. I think there were other enemies, too, but it was pretty cool. There's a, Super Nintendo F-Zero level, which looked kind of cool. I don't really remember any others.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we've gone on for a little bit.
Gone on for longer than needed.
But I think
have no
overall,
idea what we're going to even put as the visuals in this. Probably just a static image.
Yeah, overall, I'm happy.
I'm happy too.
Even for the 3DS version, I'm happy with the way the roster came out.
It could have been better, but it's still what we got was good.
I'm still like not sure what the Wii U is gonna get over this, so I guess we'll find out in the next few weeks. See Hopefully. What that comes out with, and we'll do another really long video. No, I don't know. See, the problem is now that Nintendo's gonna be like claws on everything because there's gonna be nothing leaked of the Wii U one after this massive leak that the 3DS went through. Like, this is huge. I can imagine Sakurai, like, sitting in his office just fuming. Like, you know, how dare they? But I guess, you know, we'll see. So, I'm hoping for a little bit of leaks, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, as far as, like I said, I'm happy with the roster for the most part. Could have been better. I would have liked at least some out of the, like, at least one, if not two, or all of the, K. Rool, Ridley, Mewtwo, like, Forbidden 3, triad. Like, honestly, I feel like some of them should have been in. Would have liked Chorus Men, just because I liked the idea behind them, but if it wasn't for the Gamatsu League, I would have never thought of them in the first place, so it's...
Right.
I don't know.
Not necessarily a bad thing, it's just, you don't...
Not terribly...
I mean, nobody thought about Wii Fit Trainer either,
yeah,
so...
Not terribly upset about the cuts. It's a shame, but it...
Had to be... Blame the 3DS for it.
Blame the freaking 3DS. So, here's to, wondering if there will be DLC. Who knows?
Bye.
Abrupt end.